everybody. Welcome to week four of our vlog series. Let me do that again. Welcome back, everybody. This is week 4 of my mini cut vlog series. We are getting ready to go to the gym, and it is Tuesday, not Monday. So what happened yesterday? What happened is basically I decided that I was not going to work out because I had just so much work to do, and a lot of that work was trying to edit the last vlog, which is still not up, and I usually get the vlogs up by Monday at the latest, and so I was like trying my hardest to get it up, but I was so busy last week that it put me back, and then I literally like didn't edit anything throughout the week last week. And if you guys know anything about editing, especially like a weekly vlog, it's a different level of work to do, okay? Different amount of editing you gotta do than like Instagram post or even just a day in the life type of video. Like, it takes a while. So I am halfway done. I stayed up late last night. I'm literally halfway done with the vlog. I'm gonna finish it today and get it posted. But we're starting week 4 today on Tuesday, which is fine. I'm honestly okay with it. It's not that big of a deal because it's really just gonna set me back one day of the week. Like, you just move everything up. That's all you do. I'm not like dwelling on yesterday at all because I made the decision. So yeah, we're gonna get everything we need to get done. We also did cut our calories back. So if you guys are new here, I'll give you a little recap. My name is Lily, by the way. Welcome to my channel. I'm an online fitness coach, and I'm on my own cut right now, my own fat loss journey. I am trying to lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks. This is week 4, and we are down around 5 pounds, 5 to 6 pounds. I weighed in though Sunday, and I was kind of plateaued a little bit, so I decided that I was going to make some adjustments for this week. So I cut my calories. My calorie goal was 2,000 calories. Now I'm gonna be eating 1,900 calories. I also was doing 15 minutes of cardio. Now I'm gonna be pushing that up to 20 minutes of cardio after every gym session. I am working out at the gym 5 times a week. So the main reason too I want to put this out there is I really have to be intentional with my cardio, especially in the gym, because I literally sit at my computer all day and I work a lot of hours at my computer. And so I am definitely lacking in my steps. So to make up for that, like most of my steps honestly are going to be at the gym. So I would say that's the biggest reason why the cardio thing does matter so much. If I was someone who was on my feet all day for my job, I probably wouldn't stress about the cardio as much and be adjusting it the way that I am. But like, I know my schedule, I know myself, so it's important that when I'm at the gym, I just dedicate that time to knock it out, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's where we're at for this week. But also, I just want to take a moment to say thank you guys so much for all the love I've received on my past videos. I did not expect to get as many views as I've gotten, so I'm just very grateful. And I found out today that I made the YouTube Partner Program, so that to me was like huge. It was actually one of my goals for this year. I did not expect to reach it at this time of the year. I thought I would reach it like way later, you know? So I'm very grateful. Thank you guys. I appreciate the support so much. I mean, I'm gonna keep them coming for you guys. Like, this is gonna be a regular thing. I feel like I have to be consistent now, you know? So I'll be uploading at least once a week. I really want to try to do twice a week. We'll see if I can handle it, because y'all already know, like, I'm already talking about editing and how long it's taking for these type of videos, but I'm gonna do my best, okay? Because I really want to not only like interact with you guys, but also give you guys value when it comes to your fitness journey, help you with your mindset, that sort of thing. So if that sounds like something that you would like, please make sure you subscribe, and I'll be here for you guys every week. Anyways, I probably look crazy right now. I didn't even address this, but we are doing our hair to go to the gym. If you have curly hair, then this probably looks familiar to you. If you don't, you might not know, but basically, I'm like so lazy with my hair, okay? I used to care more about what my hair looked like when I was like in college and stuff and have more time, I feel like. But now, I honestly don't do much to my hair. My hair pretty much gets slicked back in a bun majority of the time, especially with like my gym schedule and stuff. And so that's why it looks like this. But we're spraying it with some water, hopefully to get the curls, you know, refreshed, looking good again, decent. But I am gonna just slick it back, probably like in a ponytail if I can get the curls to look okay. So that's what we're doing. It is morning time, by the way, just so you guys know. So I'm just gonna put my hair up and basically head to the gym. If you guys have curly hair, I would love to know, actually, what are some of your favorite products? Because I do feel like my hair is something that I need to do a better job at. Okay, I really do. I need to start prioritizing my hair care more. It is definitely like the worst it's ever looked. I'm like, look at this, bro. You can see it's yeah. I'm like kind of embarrassed. Look at this. Where it's knotted. Like I said, I don't put care into my hair. I honestly wish my hair could be braided most of the time because it's just so much easier for me to take care of. You know, like you can just literally roll out of bed and maybe do your edges or whatever, and then just like put your hair up and you're good to go. And I actually braid my own hair. It just, once again, takes forever. So it's like setting the time aside to do it, a whole day of braiding. Like that's, that's really what it comes down to. Let's see if this will cooperate today. By the way, this is probably where most of my arm strength comes from, right here. If you know, you know. The amount of strength it takes to keep your freaking hair up as a curly hair girl is insane. Especially like when you're trying to slick it back every which way. Goodness gracious, I swear. But it's working. I mean, we're looking all right. We're not looking the best, but it'll do. Shoot, it'll do. Here we go. Attempt number 1 for this damn ponytail. Oh, okay. By the way, guys, I didn't really mention this, but yeah, yesterday I did show you guys in the intro probably that I meal prepped. So that is another thing that I decided to get done. I was like, you know what, like it's late at night. Like you gotta make the decision, are you gonna go to the gym? You have meal prep yet? What are we doing, right? So I did get my meal prep done. As far as this week goes, weight-wise, I want to see some movement, okay? In some way, shape, or form. Like, my waist measurement, I think it's at that point where I want to see a full inch gone in my waist. Because we did lose half an inch in our waist since we started. But I haven't seen anything since then, which is fine. Like, 6 weeks is a short period of time, you guys. Like, just so you guys know, the normal rate, like a good rate of losing inches and stuff, would be 1 inch per month in your waist, okay? So, I'm not, like, upset by any means. Like, I never realized that I'm being a little extreme right now, for me anyways. But by the end of this week, especially with my adjustments, I really want to see myself go down to that full inch mark. So that'll be something I'm looking for. I want to say my lowest weigh-in was 182.7. I started at 190 for all of you guys that might not know or who are new. Yeah, so my lowest weigh-in was 182.7 August 22nd. So that was sometime last week. But like I said, Sunday I weighed back in at 184, and I'm taking my weight at the same time every morning. So for me, I was like, oh, it's kind of frustrating, whatever. But I really want to see myself weigh in close to, that 181 mark this week. That would make me feel good. Because, your weight is going to fluctuate day to day. So for me, like, to just seeing that I'm capable of a weigh-in that's that low would be something that makes me feel good. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That would just kind of show me, like, okay, you're on the right path. You're doing what you're doing. Also, I'm hoping that I'll see my body fat percentage stats actually drop. The scale that I'm using, it's as smart as it can be for an at-home scale, but it has been going up and down with, like, the lean muscle mass and the fat mass. So I haven't been able to get, like, a clear reading on that as far as just how I'm, like, trending with it. I do expect that I'm losing some muscle mass. Like, you can't really avoid that. But it would be nice to see that I'm also losing some fat. So that's where we're at. We're doing our edges. I use this brand, Cream of Nature. I've been using this for a long time. But honestly, you guys, another thing, like, even this, my edge cream, I know there's some of y'all that are watching this but probably have way better edge cream than this. This is an oil-based one, which is cool, like, because I know it's probably better for your hair. But when I sweat, your edges, my edges basically get sweated out, right? Majority of the time. So it would be nice to try some other edge creams too. There's some girls that I've known, I've seen, like, their edges literally just stay glued to their head, and I'm like, how? Like, what are you doing that I'm not doing? But I know it has to do with the edge cream, so I'm sure somebody that's watching this has a better one than I do. So please let me know in the comments. I would love to know. That would, like, literally help me so much, you guys. I'm gonna finish this hair up and go from there. So I'll see you guys at the gym, all right? Bye. guys. So, man, this week has been all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. So, it's Wednesday, alright? And my period came today. And honestly, as soon as it actually started, I was like, oh, no wonder, because I'm so exhausted today. I also didn't sleep the greatest either. But yeah, this week has definitely gotten off to kind of a weird start, because this week's vlog, as you guys know if you've been following along, I've been vlogging this whole thing every single week, right? And I usually get my weekly vlog up by the next Monday. But this past vlog ended up being the longest one yet. And I didn't even get to start editing it until like Sunday, and it didn't get up until today because it was also taking so long to export to my computer. And then tell me why I uploaded it to YouTube and it said that the file was corrupted after hours of literally loading up to YouTube, hours of uploading to YouTube, and it freaking said it was corrupted. And so I had to delete it and then re-export it to my computer, re-upload it to YouTube. I can't, but we did it, okay? So that took a while. I feel like they just put me behind for the week a little bit. But like I've been saying, stuff is gonna happen. Like if anything, I'm gonna be the most realistic fitness person on YouTube. I'm gonna tell you all the annoying stuff that happens and how things come up all the time in life that throw you off, but you can't let it actually throw you off completely, you know? So here we are. The point is though, we just started period today. Don't feel the greatest at all. I usually do not work out the first day of my period just because that tends to be the worst day of my period for me. Everybody's different. I usually get like the worst cramps and what's the word I'm looking for? Exhaustion on day one. And that's how I'm feeling today, honestly. So it is gonna probably just throw off our split a little bit for this week, but fine. It happened last week. We still got everything done right, so we're gonna do the same thing this week. Also, I'm craving. Your girl's craving. That's natural when you're on your period, right? It is pretty natural. So I did order some Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A, but I also did, make sure that I'm still gonna be in my calorie goal. I would get the Chick-fil-A Deluxe. I got the Chick-fil-A Deluxe, but I did get a grilled sandwich instead of a regular, like filet, fried, I don't know how to explain it, fried chicken, whatever. So the grilled one instead, which does take the calories down a bit. I got a multi-grain bun, that sort of thing. But I did still get the fries because I was craving fries. Like I said, we're still logging everything. I'll put my food log here so you guys can see how I'm still reaching my goals. But period-wise, I definitely do crave. So I'm gonna allow myself to have this today, and then tomorrow I'll be back in the gym. I'll probably feel a lot better. Usually it's just, like I said, day one is the worst, and then I'm good, going forward. So let me know, for you guys in your periods, how do you guys feel? Is it day one that's the worst for you? I just want to know if, how I feel is normal, or it's everybody's, all over the place, I would say, hormone-wise, it would make sense that you're feeling a little bit better towards the end of your period, usually. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm about to chill for the rest of the night. I'm just gonna do some editing while I relax, honestly, guys. And then I'm eating this, and because also there was a deal, hold on, really quick. So there was a deal on Uber, promotion, and you had to, if you guys have ever seen, on Uber Eats, where you have to add a certain amount of money to the order to even be eligible for the promotion. I was looking at the final cart checkout amount, and it was more expensive for me to get this by itself versus adding this to get the promo. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna just do it. So this is a salad. So I looked at the calories on their menu before ordering, and I got the market side, I think that's what it's called, market side salad. Market salad, and I got grilled nuggets. You can see it. I'll probably show you guys tomorrow when I actually eat it for lunch, but that's why I got it. I was like, okay, well, I'll just get the promo. I'll also have it for a meal for lunch. It's 500 calories, I believe. Decent amount of protein. And then I got the light dressings that they had. I'm not even using dressing, because I think I got sauce on it. But I'm just showing you guys, I think this is important to show, because it's just important to understand that you can still have stuff that you like, and be in a calorie deficit. It's all about being flexible, and you get to learn how to fit this stuff into your macros and your calories so that you know how to do it successfully. You know what I'm saying? Because it definitely does take practice, right? Which is why, like, in my program, my coaching program, I'm so big on teaching my clients how to do this, because when you learn how to do this, then you're in a deficit, losing fat, and you don't feel restricted. Like, I'm still enjoying food and enjoying life. Just because I'm on a cut don't mean that I'm about to be here, you know, mad, hating life every single day because I can't have a piece of chocolate. Like, that would never be me. So this is an example, prime example. Okay, so this is your sign. If you are on a fat loss journey and you've been over restricting yourself, go have that Chick-fil-A. Go have whatever it is that you're craving. Okay, just be smart about it. Look at the calories and everything. Plan it out. If you have a day where you know you want to go out to dinner or something, and you're like, okay, like, I want to be able to actually enjoy my dinner and not have to order something that's 400 calories, then, you know, save calories, plan ahead. When you start your day, figure out what you can eat that's a lower calorie so that you have like 800 calories left over dinner and you have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to accomplish everything. You just got to be organized, and it'll make a huge difference. But I'm going to leave it here for tonight, and I'm going to go enjoy this food and relax, do some editing, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. So good. So good. Ignore my broken nail. You guys are so ugly. I also need a fill, but we're just not gonna talk about that. No. I'm a little embarrassed. Where have I been? It's Friday. Like, what have I been doing? What I've been doing is I've been dying. I've literally been in pain. Oh my gosh. This has been like one of the worst menstrual cycles ever. Like, just pain-wise. I've been having cramps for the last like two to 3 days, and they've been like rough. Yesterday, I literally got ready to go to the gym, dressed, and then all of a sudden, my cramps came on, and it was like really strong, and I couldn't do it. I really could not do it. So believe it or not, this was the second workout of the week. Only the second workout, and it's Friday. So we're very, very behind. But, you know, it is what it is. One thing is, like, I'm very big on just listening to your body, and I don't think that your menstrual cycle should technically be like used as an excuse every single month, but there are going to be months where it's worse than others. And like I said, for me, this was worse than most months. Like, this was very rare for me, but because it is starting to ease up, I am going to just go to the gym the rest of the weekend, and that will at least have 4 lifting sessions in. So I'll still end on a decent note for the week. But it also does explain a lot, you know, because usually prior to your period actually starting, you tend to retain more water weight and stuff. So that just explains to me why the scale could have been going up and down a bit. At least I have some clarity on that. Even weighing in this week, hopefully it'll be just a little bit more telling. Usually the first part of your period is the part where you tend to get more bloated and retain water. So I'm hoping on this back end I can get some clear stats. Because even now I actually feel like less bloated. I feel slimmer compared to last week. So hoping that's a good sign. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that's where we're at for this week, guys. I'm always keep it real with y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my protein coffee recipe. It's honestly so good. Like, it doesn't taste like protein. It's just super creamy too, because their protein, like especially this flavor, the cinnamon whey, is really creamy when you froth it up and stuff. So highly recommend trying it. As always, 22 grams of protein per serving. Use code Coach Lily for 20% off your first order. Yeah, so we are back from the gym. I'm going to be doing some client check-ins. I'm going to eat a little bit real quick. And Friday's always my busiest day of the week when it comes to just client stuff, because I have check-ins and different things. So I'm going to be working for the rest of the day. I just want to check in with you guys, as I know I've been MIA, and this vlog is going to be a little empty compared to the last vlogs. But at the same time, like I said, I'm still going to be working out all weekend, so I'll probably just vlog a lot more over the weekend than I have in the past vlogs, and we'll just catch up from there. But I hope that you guys are having a great week as always, and hopefully you're not going through the same menstrual cramps and stuff that I was going through. Like I said, oh, that was like the worst. Man, being a woman can suck sometimes. Like, why do we get all the bullshit? Seriously, I always talk to my husband about this. I'm like, y'all don't get nothing that we get. Like, all the hormones and stuff, like, we have to deal with that so much more than you guys do. And it's just like part of being a woman, right? Like, men don't have to worry about their cycle coming and going and how it might affect their gym schedule. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's very frustrating. Regardless, we're going to make the best out of it. Listen to your body. Try not to use your period as an excuse every single month that it comes. But also, like, if you're dying like me, like, I was popping pills, like, trying to survive, okay? So if that's you, just be real with yourself. Let it pass. Then take your ass to the gym afterwards. But I'm going to get to work, and I'll check in with y'all later. Okay, I am done with my client check-ins, and now I am on to meal plans. So I figured I would just kind of share this process with you guys because it might be helpful. I specialize in coaching women, okay, just in case you guys didn't know. So I coach busy career-driven women. A lot of them have very demanding careers, demanding social lives too. A lot of them are also like moms and wives and things. And most of my clients, I would say, work more than 40 hours a week. Like, I have a lot of nurses, lawyers, that sort of thing, right? So very demanding schedules. So when it comes to my coaching, I'm very like realistic as a coach, just the way that I talk to you guys. I'm like super realistic. I create like flexible style workout plans, right? A lot of my clients, I would say, honestly work out between 3 to 4 times a week because that's all they have time for. But they still get amazing results. So that's kind of what I teach my clients how to do. Anyways, so I am doing meal plans. This client that I'm making a meal plan for, she's been a client of mine off and on, like pretty much since I started coaching. She's been a client of mine for so long. I appreciate her so much. She's actually postpartum. So I am pretty much just trying to start her off slow. You know, she obviously wants to lose some of her postpartum weight, but we also just want to get her feeling strong again, right? We want to strengthen her core. We want to get her just feeling like she has some energy, especially during the newborn stage. You want energy, right? So that's kind of what I'm focused on with her meal plan. I want her to just be balanced. So I am pretty much setting her calories to like around 1900. I'm trying to give her some balanced meals, that way she can still have some things that she loves, but also trying to give her like a balance of high protein, obviously like carbs too. She needs energy, so we're trying to give her enough nutrients so that she's also able to support her baby with breastfeeding and different things. I mean, there's a lot that goes into being postpartum, right? You're worried about more than just yourself. Honestly, naturally, the weight will probably come off. She's already lost, I think, she lost like 5 or 6 pounds already in like a week. And that's just because naturally your body does not want to hold on to that postpartum weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's really just about having a balanced approach. But anyways, what I do, the thing I want to share with you guys most is how I go about the process of meal plans and stuff with my clients. Like, meal plans are not a long-term solution. I don't believe in using meal plans forever. I honestly I'm against them for the most part. It's just to get my clients going. So what I'll do, they come to my program, I like to get an idea of where they're at, what your eating habits are like. I'll have you just like take pictures of what you're eating every single day. That way I can identify, okay, this person's an undereater, you know? They're barely getting 1 to 2 meals in a day. They're most likely averaging 1,000 calories or less, okay? Or let's say I get a client and I just see what they're eating and it's like a bunch of junk food. They're eating a lot of pizza, a lot of fast food, so I know we need to work on the quality of what they're eating, right? And possibly cut their calories because they're probably eating just really high calorie items. We gotta teach them how to make swaps, that sort of thing. So that'll let me know how to go about the nutrition coaching. And then from there, I'll adjust their calories, set their first calorie goal. It's very important to do things gradually. So like if you are overeating, okay, I'm not gonna cut your calories by 1,000 calories. That's not what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a slow and gradual cut. And I'm gonna be giving you a meal plan that includes some of those foods that I saw you eating that might not be the best. There's actually gonna be in your meal plan. That way I can teach you how to have a little bit of that thing, right, without ruining your fitness goals and while also reaching your goals. It teaches you just how to create that balance. Like, you wanna have like an 80-20 rule going, where 80% of your food is pretty much goal focused, 20% of it is like what I like to call fun foods, where you're able to have, you know, some chocolate, like that's what I want, chocolate, or Chick-fil-A like you saw me have the other night. That's my approach. So everything is a realistic and gradual approach, because we want this to be long term. I don't want you to lose 20 pounds overnight and then regain it the next week. Like, that's not the goal here, right? Where our goal is long-term consistency and reaching your goals and be able to maintain them for the rest of your life. That's my goal. So that's how I like to approach my nutrition coaching, and nutrition is a huge part of getting results, which I'm sure you guys know. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. That was a long rant, but I figured I would just kind of share my approach and like, in hopes that it'll help you, because even if you don't have a coach, you know, you can still at least try to apply this mindset to how you go about your dieting and stuff. Like, don't think about dieting as a short-term thing. Don't think about like, oh, I'm gonna go on fast for this long, or I'm gonna just juice for a week. Like, please don't do that. Please don't. Like, please figure out what can you actually maintain, okay? Or how can I gradually go about this so that I can maintain this down the road, and then I'll just have better habits all around. That's gonna do so much more for you compared to doing some, you know, fast-ass diet that's literally gonna last you maybe a month just so you can take some birthday trip. Like, please don't, please, okay? I'm begging you. So that is my advice to you, okay? But I'm gonna finish up some work. I'm eating these popcorn or chips. They're only 90 calories. One of my go-to snacks being on a cut. I have like the different flavors. They have like kettle corn ones too that are really good. But yeah, definitely recommend these if you are on the fat loss journey. So yeah, I'm gonna get some work done, and I probably will check in with you guys tomorrow morning, because I'll be going to the gym, and we'll go from there, okay? I'll talk to you soon. What's up, guys? So it is Sunday night. Last time you guys saw me, I was at the gym, and I believe I was getting my second lower body session in for the week. Now I am basically getting my groceries situated for this upcoming week. I just got my groceries delivered, so I'm gonna break down what my groceries usually look like and how I decide what I'm gonna order, basically. So one thing when you're on a fitness journey, whether you're cutting or if you're on a bulk trying to gain mass or muscle, is you need your protein, right? We need protein. So I'm gonna start with our protein sources for the week, and then I'll go on to the other things, okay? So first and foremost, my main protein sources are gonna be salmon and ground turkey. So for this salmon, basically I like to get like the frozen fillets just because they're super easy. You can pop them in the oven, and they're each about 4 ounces and 23 grams of protein per serving. And honestly, I always tell my clients, like, I recommend trying to get like 6 ounces of lean meat per meal. It just makes it easier to hit your protein goal. That way, when you're trying to fill in the gaps for your protein for the rest of the day, it's not as overwhelming, you know what I mean? So we try to get like basically a fillet and a half, I would say, per meal. So that way we can get the 6 ounces. And then on to the ground turkey meat. So pretty straightforward. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. This one is 85% lean. I think they were out of the leaner, like the leanest one. Also, though, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, if you get leaner with ground turkey, it tastes nasty. The flavor is gone. So I always get like this one, honestly, because the other ones are they just don't taste like anything, and I like to have some sort of taste. So I'll get the 85% lean. This one's pretty high protein anyways. It's still usually leaner than ground beef. So those are like the meat sources. For breakfast, I usually have 3 slices of turkey bacon, and each slice is 5 grams of protein. And also for breakfast this week, I got some liquid egg whites, because I'm actually planning on making egg white bites. So I'm sure you guys have seen, like, at Starbucks, they have like the egg white bites that come like in, I don't know how you explain it, but like they're basically made in like muffin tins. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, is pre-making egg white bites. I got like some spinach to go in there, and then I'm also gonna put like some peppers and onions in each egg white bite, so that should help. And then of course, I always have to have normal eggs. We go through eggs like crazy every single week. And then I also, this week, got protein pasta. So this one, especially when you're on a cut, like, pasta is very high calorie, right? So it's really important that you're prioritizing getting the most out of your calories when you're on a cut. And for me, obviously my calorie goal has been slowly decreasing, and now we're at 1900 calories. And I still like to eat though. So it's like my appetite is the same or more, but I have to cut my calories. So I'm trying to basically swap everything I can and try to find lower calorie versions, but that still allow me to have a high volume of food, if that makes sense, you know? We don't want to decrease the amount of food that we're eating. We want to decrease the calories that we're consuming. That's the goal. All right, another protein source is light Greek vanilla yogurt. So I like to have this on hand at all times because you can add this to a lot of things. Sometimes if I'm having like teen waffles or pancakes, I'll just put this on top. Or if you want to make overnight oats, you need this, right? So this is just something that I always recommend having on hand because it's a last minute snack. Or you can just even mix it with protein powder. And that's a really high protein snack. You guys actually saw me, I think, on the last vlog. I made like a strawberry cheesecake yogurt, and that was with this as the base. So I would definitely have this in your fridge at all times. All right, so next up, I'm gonna cover our carb sources. So I always get bagels because I love bagels. Right now, since I'm cutting, I usually have like half a bagel every morning because they're obviously super high calorie. We don't have enough calories to be wasting calories on a bagel every morning, so we gotta cut that in half. And then also I got some sweet potatoes. These are always great to use. I can cut them up and use them for many different meals, right? I also got some jasmine rice. Honestly, at this point in my cut, I'm not really consuming a lot of rice because it's another thing that is very high calorie, and I'd rather have either more veggies in my meal preps or, like I said, having potatoes instead of the rice. So that way I'm able to have more volume of food versus having less amount of food because the items themselves are higher calories. You gotta be smart with your calories when you're on a cut. Oh, I almost skipped this one. I also get these Carb Balance fajita tortillas. They're super low calorie. It's only 45 calories per tortilla. You cannot beat that. And these are great for anything. Sometimes I have a midday snack and I'll just want to have like, I don't know, like some sort of taco type of wrap or something, and then I'll just have one of these and it's super easy. I don't have to worry about my calories, you know, going over too much. And we're basically down to like the last couple things. I always get sparkling water because it's 0 calories. And then whenever I want something sweet to drink, this is just good to have. Sauces, another thing that you want to be very careful of is your sauces, okay? So I always get really low calorie sauces. G-Hughes, anything G-Hughes is fire. Seriously, I would recommend getting like all of his sauces just because they're like 5 calories per tablespoon. They all taste good, and there's no reason to sacrifice taste just because you're trying to lose fat, right? So it's like if you want chicken to have some flavor, you can add this instead of having like just plain chicken, okay? This is another one that's good, is it's like a mild guacamole salsa, and it's only 60 calories per 2 tablespoons. So also super low calorie, and it's honestly better to use this than add avocado to your meal just because avocados are pretty high in calorie. I love avocado, but right now in my cut, I'm not really buying a bunch, so. And then the last couple things. So you guys have seen me every week. I'm eating these popcorn chips. I've already showed these a good amount of times, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but really good low calorie snack to buy. And then dessert-wise, you also have seen me eating this and showing this every vlog, but these are the Yasso frozen bars. They're frozen Greek yogurt, and they're like 100 to 150 calories each. Super good, highly recommend. Yeah, so that's it for this week's groceries. I'm gonna put the groceries away, and then we're gonna do our end of the week check-in where I go over my results and everything for this week. So I will see you guys in a minute. All right, guys, so we are about to finish up this vlog and this week, okay? So I want to do like we do every week and check in with you guys, reflect on how everything went, where I'm at, share my stats with you guys. So first off, let's just take a moment to reflect on how the week went. As you guys know, this was a rough week, okay? We obviously started our period. My period was painful, a lot more painful than normal. Like cramp-wise, I felt like I was out of commission for almost 2 days. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything but just basically sit down and work because I couldn't do it. So that did push us back or set us back a little bit this week. We basically did 4 out of 5 workouts. I'm still proud of myself though because I still showed up, right? And we did increase our cardio those days to 20 minutes. So overall, I'm still proud of myself for showing up even though I was not feeling my best. I also definitely noticed that I was craving a lot more this week, probably from my period as well. So that was like another thing that I struggled with a bit. So I'm gonna leave, you know, that as a summary for this week as far as just how things went. I did do a weigh-in this morning and I'm gonna share my stats with you guys. So we did weigh in at 184 again. Yes, I know. But I'm actually a lot happier with this week's results because the scale is showing me that I dropped body fat percentage. I also went up in lean mass. And on top of that, my waist did go down. I am down another ½ inch basically. So at this point, I'm down a full inch in my waist since I started 4 weeks ago. And I think I mentioned this last video, but the rate that you're going to be losing inches is around 1 inch per month. So I'm right there, right at that, you know, that mark. And I'm very pleased and happy about that. I can also see the differences myself. So I feel really good. Like that's a really good sign for me. I'm happy with that progress. Obviously, we all want to see the scale number go down sometimes, but my biggest thing is I want to lose body fat. So as long as I am losing fat mass, then I'm happy with that. I would say that's like the summary of this week. So in case you guys are new here, as always, I did start at 190 my first week, and I dropped some pounds rapidly. I believe it's from water weight. So my lowest weigh-in since I started was 182, and that was August 22nd, okay? So we've been like a little up and down between 182 and 184, but like I said, as long as I can see myself losing inches, then I'm happy and I'm okay with my results. I'm good, right? So we'll check to see how it goes. My goal still is to lose 10 pounds of fat by the end of the 6 weeks. We got 2 weeks left. So we definitely want to push it. And I really don't want to have any more weeks like this week happen again, because we really can't. To get to our goal, like, we gotta be able to be consistent these next 2 weeks. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. As always, this is real life, you guys saw me going through my period, being in pain and having to make adjustments, and that's like what's gonna happen, on a fitness journey. Especially as women, like, unfortunately we're gonna have periods and they're gonna suck sometimes. I hope that yours don't suck as bad as mine did this month, but you just never know, right? You gotta kind of be prepared for the unexpected. I will be starting this next week's vlog here pretty soon. You guys saw my grocery haul. That's gonna be my groceries for this week, and I'm gonna get my meal prep ready and everything, and we'll be going from there. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like if you haven't already. And as always, please let me know in the comments how you're feeling. Are you on a fitness journey? Are you on a fat loss journey like me? If you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to cover in the next video, I'm always open to suggestions. And I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys soon.